Go to breakfast.
Not be worried about him next. I know the truth. I think he's just the man for you. So brand but you marry him. Hey y'all, hey! I've been going for a while and I'm now back with the jump off. Listen guys, it's been so long since I came to you with a episode of Every Play Possible, but I just felt the need to show up today just to give you a snippet of what my life has been like after turning 50, the big 5-0. So first of all, I'm Tan Epps on social media platforms as well as Tan is my realtor. I'm here in South Carolina, and if you don't know who I am, tune in, subscribe to Every Play Possible. Look back at the last episodes that I did. It was like I found love on a lonely highway, my turn, so on and so forth. But listen, I'm gonna jump right into it because I don't have a whole lot of time. It's like 5:19, so my adrenaline is really pumping. So I'm gonna talk, probably gonna talk fast, and then I'm gonna sip water, but I am going to give you this tea. So on April 16th, I turned 50 years old. And when I say I had a blast, I had a blast. When I say my kids did their big one, they did their big one for their mom. Like, I'm just so grateful for my crew. I'm grateful for my crop. You know my story with the teenage pregnancy and the 4 kids with the 4 baby daddies. But listen, my crew is phenomenal. And what I will tell you when I get to the end of this story, what I will say is you will see how adamant and passionate I am about having my kids back, and I will have my kids back to the day they die, to the day I die, to the day they die. Whoever died first, I'm gonna have their back. But this is for anybody that wants to listen. This is for parents and this is for young adults. I want you to take heed. After I turned 50 on April 16th, the next day, and I'm gonna sum this thing up really fast, the next day, April 17th, my daughter, number 3 of the 4, had to go to court for a traffic ticket. DUS, third offense. Yeah, driving under suspension, third offense. So she had to go to court thinking, listen, young people, it's not good to be thinking. When you are doing things to break the law, you need to get information on what the consequences may be. You need representation. You don't need to think you got it all figured out. And I'm not going to go too deep into that, but I'm going to just tell you that. Don't think you know it all, because I promise you don't know. Parents, let me tell you something. Don't you ever stop telling your children the right thing to do. I don't care if they don't listen or not. It's your job to keep telling them. It's your job to keep motivating them. It's your job to keep pushing them. And as a parent, as a phenomenal single parent that I am, because I'm going to pat myself on the back, it's my job, and I'm going to always show up for mine. When I say always, I'm going to always show up for mine. So my daughter went to court April 17th. I didn't go with her because she told me, Mom, I'm going to see what my fine is and I'm going to pay it. So my little cousin took her to court. She started not to go. You got to go, because if you don't go, it's going to be consequences. So long story short, she went. 5 o'clock court. I'm sitting here waiting to hear from her. And here go my cousin calling me. This April 17th, now the day after I turned 50, and I had a phenomenal month of April. My cousin calls me and say, Night not coming home. Yeah, it's Miss Trending. Night not coming home. They keeping her. They keeping her for what? They keeping her for why? I don't know. Nobody didn't give me no information, but I got the baby. Lord Jesus, it's a fire. When I tell you, being a parent and not knowing what's going on with your child, not knowing all the details, not expecting, when I say gut punch, that was a good, that thing gut punched me so hard to where I just almost lost it. And It wasn't nothing but a traffic violation, so it wasn't no life sentence, but Lord Jesus, it felt like one. So thank God for me being who I am. I was able to get in contact with some people that knew some people that was able to get me some information. That's all they were able to do, was get me some information. But some information was better than no information at all, until I get this phone call from my child. So, of course, because our family is the way our family is, it put the whole family in an uproar. Everybody felt that. It was a hard hit. It was like, when your parents tell you, keep on going, you're going to hit a brick wall. So it was almost like this brick wall she hit, everybody in the family was on the bus. Everybody felt the impact of this brick wall. Listen, young people, what you do affects everybody. Everybody that loves you and care about you, what you do affects all of them. It's a domino effect. When that thing falls, it trickles on down and everybody feels it. So be mindful of what you do, because what you do is going to hurt other people other than you. Parents, again, don't ever stop telling your kids what you need to tell them, especially if it's the right thing. Listen, I don't condone nothing wrong that my child, your child, my sister, my mama, or nobody do. I don't condone wrongdoing. But if I love you and I'm on your team, I still got your back. I'm going to show up for you. Whether I'm not going to condone it, but it don't matter whether you right or wrong. I'm going to show up for you because that's who I am. That's how my loyalty lies. That's my commitment level. I'm going to show up for you. I am just one of those people. And thank God my girls got me in their corner. Now, long story short, so I get the deal. She got to do X amount of time. She's going to tell her own story, but I just got to tell you how I felt life after 50. After the day after I turned 50. That's what I need to tell you. And I just need to encourage young people and parents to just hold it in a row. Do what you know is right to do. So that night I didn't sleep. As a matter of fact, I didn't sleep for the next 2-3 days. The second night, you guys, let me tell you something. I was in a bed trying to go to sleep, praying, pleading with God, asking God for this, that, and the third, thinking them in advance. And I just had to grab my chest. When I say my heart was hurting so bad, I'm talking about I ain't never, ever felt no pain like that in my life before. When I say a hole was in my heart, I got 4 children and I need all of them. My kids swear I got favorites. I don't got no favorite kids. I show up for my kids as need be. I show up for all of my kids in the way that they need me to show up. But if one get hit, everybody's wounded. Everybody's wounded. So listen, when I say I had to get it together, after the 3rd day, I begged God, let me go outside. Let me see some sunlight. I'm going to do this time with her, but I can't be in prison outside. I can't be in jail outside. I need you to move this thing for me, God. I need you to. So I'm just begging God. I'm thanking him for covering her because I know she going to be covered. If God bring it to you, he going to bring it through. He going to bring you through it. And that's just that. My faith in God don't ever waver. Like, my faith is my faith. But let me tell you, I had to beg God. So needless to say, on the 18th was supposed to be my hair appointment. She was supposed to braid my hair. She couldn't braid it because she wasn't here, but it was okay. I finally talked to her on the phone and we chop it up and she'll tell you that story, or either I'll come back with another episode because I can't give it all to you in one time. I'm just going to give you this little bit and keep on moving. So I called around, got me an appointment with the Africans for them to braid my hair. Called around, got Zuri appointment. So I got outside and went to get my hair braided, and just driving to Florence, the sunlight, just being outside made me feel just a little bit more better because I know I had to walk this thing out. I can't show up for her weak. I got to be strong in order to show up for her. When she called, I can't be in shambles because I got to keep her where she need to be. Mindset, because that's all she got. Them people in there don't give up about her. All she got is us on the outside. So I got to hold it together by all means necessary. So got my hair braided. Had the worst headache when I came back home. Talked to her the next day. So mind you, all of us was going on a vacation for my birthday, my 50th birthday, Dominican Republic, and her baby was going. So now all these plans is changed. Money paid, money lost. She can't go. I can't help her. It ain't nothing I can do. I've tried everything, but she just got to sit there. So I got to get this is the day before I leave. Mind you, it's the 24th. We leave it on the 24th, which is Kiani's birthday. All of this stuff is going on in the best month ever. Best month ever. And then May. And then October. And then September. But anyway. So yeah. I had to pick up some last minute things. So I had to get help with the baby while I run around because the baby is not in my schedule for what I do and how I do things. Shout out to everybody that helped me out with that baby during that time. I love you. 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 Thank you. Got that done. Got ready for the trip. And I was not where I needed to be in a headspace. So I just kept praying, asking God, get my head right. I can't ask these people to go on this trip with me and then I'm a Debbie Downer or I can't. I just gotta make it do what it do. Needless to say, God worked it out. God worked it out where I was able to go on a trip with my family. I made sure, Naya was like, I'm not calling you, I'm not bothering you. You're going to call me if you don't do nothing else. I need to hear your voice every day. I need to hear your voice every night. I need to make sure you are right because I don't care where I'm at on the outside. I'm going to be waiting on you until you get out here because we're going to make some changes. We're going to switch some mindset and never will I ask you to change who you are or change your character. But I just want you to be mindful of your ways because I got your back. You don't got to worry about this. This ain't nothing but a slap on the wrist. It could have been so much worse. My girl had to sit in jail for driving under suspension. But listen, I'm not finna act like I ain't never told my girl to chill out because driving under suspension is one thing, but what if you had wrecked that car and killed somebody? What if you had done that? It could have been so much worse. So while I'm begging God to help me get where I need to be to walk this thing on the outside while she on the inside, I'm also thanking God that it ain't what it could have been. You know, because it always can be so much worse. Things happen to show us. Like my mama always said, and it's in the Bible, warning comes before destruction. It could have been so much worse. So I beg and plead you young people to be mindful. I see so many young people losing their lives because they're drinking and driving. They're playing behind the wheels. They're taking too much drugs. They're taking the wrong kind of drugs. They're doing the wrong kind of things. You are killing your parents along with you. Once we birth a child, we need you. We want to see you grow. We want to see you prosper. We want to see you successful. All we want to do is see you win. So be mindful of what you do because when I tell you, I can't even tell you because there's certain things I can't even get into because like I say, I'm going to let her tell her story and I'll come back and give you snippets as we go. But needless to say, I went to DR. We had a blast. We counted down the days with her. People helped me out with the baby. And when I say, you know that saying people say, give me my flowers while I'm living. People, I thank you because you guys give me my flowers while I am living. I don't have to act like they act. When I die, not today, Jesus. When I die and they make me out of Superwoman or Wonder Woman, it ain't gonna be no front because people don't recognize who you are until you leave this world. When you leave this world, you could have been trash and they're gonna build you up. When they start speaking on my name, it's gonna be the life I live. That's why I live unapologetically with no regrets. I live with no regrets. I live my life to the fullest. And I encourage my children to do the same thing. However, we're not gonna break the law doing it. We're not gonna break the law doing it. I don't condone that. But anyway, I'm super excited. I'm super amped. I spent yesterday doing a whole lot of things. Let me go back. So I went to DR, came home that Tuesday, unpacked my clothes, got some things done in the house, rearranged some things. And then on Wednesday, I took a company trip to Destin, Florida. And some unforeseen circumstances came up, so I had to I went up there on Thursday. I had to catch a flight back on Friday to come back home to handle some things. I got back, and I'm not going to tell you no lie, I was at peace when I got home. Home was where I needed to be, because on today, my girl coming home. It ain't been as long as we thought it was going to be. Honey, I done some things, got some stuff together, got some cleaning. That my girl say, Mama, now I know what it feels like to fast for the 21 days, like how Kiana be doing. Because when I say my girl did not eat nothing, and my biggest prayer was, God, this girl gotta eat. This girl can't wither and die. But honey, I done got up, made her some rice and cabbage and fried pork chops and fried chicken, some rice and sweet peas. So listen, I got up. I took me an hour nap, got up, got them pot stuff popping, and I got that chicken season and that pork chop season, and I'm going to end this live so I can go in there and get that food cooked and get up there and get my girl. Listen, these people trying to take us out. My girl, yeah, she did the crime, so she had to do the time. But baby, let me tell you, the stories is real. When I say every play possible, it's really who we are. Every play possible squad. Epps. The Epps game, like, put us on a network, because we belong. We got story for days. And they all not good. They all not bad. But at the end of the day, these are the things, the experience that's going to mold and shape us. We're going to learn from each other's trials and tribulations. We're going to learn from each other wins, and we are going to stand united by any means necessary. And if one fall, all gonna fall, because that's how I'm raising my children. I love my doggone kids. I don't care what I say, what I do, what they say, what they do. I love my kids, and I'm going to have their back to the day I leave this world. And that's on period. That's on period. And if you know me, and if you know Naya, that's my spit and image. That's my spit and image. The only thing different in now and then is we didn't have social media to put everything out in the open. But I'm not going to act like she ain't me. All my kids are me. All my kids got a part of me in it. But the good thing about it is I'm a good motherfucking person. The good thing about it is God broke the mold when he made me. So those tree limbs, those branches that's coming up off of me, they don't got no choice but to be great. But they also don't have no choice but to be risky. So you got daredevils in some of them. You got careful walkers in some of them. You got straight up worshipers in some of them. You got humbleness in all of them. Listen, I love my squad. I just stopped by today to let you know that 50 is going to be amazing. The first part of April was great. The second part of April, I can't say it was great, but it was spiraling because adversity hit. I'm going to come back with another episode to give you guys some details, to stick on some certain topics so I can give you words of encouragement, wisdom. But I just needed to jump on right quick. I'm on a timeline. I got things to do. And I just want the parents to know, pat yourself on the back. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't condone the wrong things that your children do. All of our kids are going to do something wrong. And if you ain't never lived, then maybe you ain't never did nothing wrong. But if you live your life a little bit, you've done something wrong too. So you got some grace to give. Keep pushing your kids. Keep encouraging your kids. And kids, be wise. Know what the law is. Know when you do something that's not right and you need representation, you don't walk your rump in no courtroom without representation, because they'll sit you down. Know that when the old people say you ain't gonna stop till they make an example out of you, that's real talk. Know when they say you made your bed hard, you gonna lay in it, that's real talk. Know when they say you ain't gonna stop till you hit a brick wall, that's real talk. All of those analogies go back to something. All of them. But at the end of the day, I am who I am. I birthed a phenomenal crew. I love them in spite of, and all the falls I had in my life made me who I am. I'm not shamed by nothing that I have done. I'm not shamed by nothing that my kids have done or will do, because I'm always going to be able to give God the credit for bringing us through in advance. God keeps my family covered. He keeps my crew covered. Even when we got to deal with things, the consequences, he keep us covered. Let me tell you something. I said in one of my last episodes, if you do a good thing, we call it reward. That's the consequence. When you do bad things, we call it punishment. That's the consequence. Pick your poison. I've always tell my kids, it's your wagon, push it, pull it, or drag it. But I ain't never told them I wasn't going to help them. I'ma always show up for them girls. Listen, I gotta go. It's your homegirl Tan is my realtor, homegirl Tan Epps. Subscribe, like, share this. I love you guys, and I'm gonna see you on the flip side. And listen, stay tuned, because I'm back in your face. I'm back in your face because God gave me grace. I love you guys.